today. King Von wanted me to make this video. And it's so interesting because, I've been going through this shit. With these spirits. And it's like, I don't even be listening to their music and then they die and I'm like, fuck, just crazy shit. Especially knowing that these other motherfuckers that's alive is straight up talking to me, you feel me? And then I find out these motherfuckers is dead or they die. And I'm like, damn, this is sad. And they break me down. Like when my brother died, that shit really, really broke me down. Like I cried every day for almost 3 years straight. And it was so traumatizing for me. And then, Nipsey died. And then he jumped in my body, right? Which he was already with me before that. I just didn't recognize it as much because I didn't know him. In the conscious, in the subconscious, of course I did, because I know now. So it was like the more and more I got to know that he knew me and I know him, the sadder I got. It was like crazy. I was like crying. It's like pain. And he started doing things that make me feel better. And showing me that he was around, let me know he's going to take care of me. Or let me know that he left them songs for me so that I'd be okay. He knew he wasn't going to be here. You feel me? Like I was saying before, they know the emotion you're going to feel. So I've been doing my homework and watching these videos in reverse. And I was watching a song with King Von, and he was straight talking. You feel me? Like some of it, which I figured out they've been speaking in Portuguese, right? And some of it is in English, or it's in a version of English. It's like damn near pig Latin or some shit that I can understand what the fuck they talking about, especially when they talking about my story, because I know, because it's familiar what they're talking about. So when I found out that the brother King Von died, I was like, damn, I try not to get sad too much, because Nipsey, that shit fucked me up like every day. But he's always there making me feel better. It's like he's holding me at all times. So it's like a pain, but it's not that hard. But with King Von, he's like, baby, don't cry, mama. That's what he's telling me. He's like, do not cry. So what I realized, what they want me to say and get it out, is that, when they're alive and they're making these songs, they already know what's going to happen. Nobody be talking about this shit in their songs. And they be asking for forgiveness, So, for the sins that they've committed, because, like I said, you can be possessed by demons or just your circumstances in life can fuck you up. And then you're committing all this weird shit. But I had to realize that the other thing is, they have to make this music. They don't have to, but when they make this music, in order for the message to come out the proper way, because it's in reverse, in order for it to come out with the details to let me know, like they know what the fuck going on, they're telling their story, and their story might be fucked up. They might be talking about killing niggas and fuck this bitch and fuck this, and they might be saying some shit that seem like it's real foul. And I have to be able to judge their soul, you know what I mean, and not judge what the perception is or whatever their life was like. So he let me know, because that night that he died, I was up, you know what I'm saying, I was up all night and shit. It was like maybe 3 days after I had watched the video of his song. And then, so for these past couple of days, I've been kind of sleepy as fuck, you know what I mean? And I understand that they can talk to you in the spiritual realm or whatever, you know, in the conscious, you know, when you go to sleep, you can kind of tell them where you're at, you know, and what you know. So he been in my body. I could tell because my voice changed in the way I articulate words, and then later on I'll figure out, oh, that was that nigga, because that's how he be talking and shit and what he be doing. So, you know, I be feeling guilty a little bit because it be like they're telling me what's up and then they die, and I be feeling like, damn, they trying to help me and somebody killing them, like they killing people that's helping me. This is shitty. Like, that's one of the main things of how I feel about Nipsey, you know. So, but when they die, it's like, it's easier for them to control my body. It's easier for me to understand their message because they're in my body. So when I'm listening to their music, they're helping me to understand what the fuck they talking about because they're in my body. You feel me? And some people could do it better alive, and some people could do it better dead. You know, or that was their purpose. You know, everybody has a purpose in life. So I had this dream about this big indigenous, I don't know what kind of native he was, but he was like this big indigenous guy, and he was huge. And I was at Walmart, Dollar Tree or something in my dream, and I was looking for a brush to buy from my mom for her birthday. And I picked out this big wooden brush, and it had like a big square, you know, head on it. And then when you pulled the head, the handle came out. It was like a wooden handle. And so I went to go pay for it, and I just started spinning around in this dream. I used to have dreams like this all the time. I just start spinning and spinning. And then this big native, I wouldn't call him native because he's probably like South American or something, but he had long hair, and he was like brown skin, but kind of lighter side of brown, and he was huge. Like, his body was huge, like the width of him was huge. It was crazy. I ain't never met nobody this big. It was like a giant, but he was wide. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was hella bigger than me. Like, it could be, I could stand next to him, and he could be two of me. And he was tall. He was like 8 feet tall or some shit. He was tall as fuck, and he was wearing skates, ice skating, and he was skating around, and we were dancing. We were dancing and skating around, and then I woke up, and I was like, let me listen to King Von's music, and he told me in his music I need to listen to it. So I was like, let me download this CD and listen to his CD. And he was like, man, I want some steak too, Mom. I want that steak that you be cooking for Nipsey. So he had me, I saw him on my way back from the store. He had me go get him some steak and some Kickstart, an orange one and a grape one, and some Sour Patch Kids, you know. And they speak to me through sign language, meaning if I'm confused, because I got so many people in my body, I'll be confused, and them niggas be warring with each other. You feel me? It's kind of like kids, you know, like kids. They be tripping about their mama. They be like, I don't like the way you doing her, or not so much I don't like it, but you know, I want to help too, but I see this part is fucking with her a little bit. So Nipsey's always in my body, but now King Von is here. He want me to let everybody know he installed. Okay, so that's what he want me to let everybody know, because they're watching, and he didn't let me know in his songs for sure. It's cinema, and they are watching, and he want you niggas to know he about to eat, and I'm about to feed him, and I'm not gonna cry. Rise and shine, my love. Welcome home. You come within me, I'll go within you, and we will be the two.